Here's the story time of how I found out my best friend cheated on me with my boyfriend at the time. So me and my boyfriend had been dating for a good year and a half, and I've been best friends with my friend for about 10 years. So both a while, and she obviously knew we were dating. They would hang out when I was there, we would all hang out together, and I didn't see them flirting, but I don't know if they were flirting when I would go to the bathroom, I don't know. But I found out that he cheated on me with her because this happened last week. So she was in the shower and she was like, can you please, I'm gonna lose all my streaks. Can you please put my phone password in and send out all my streaks? And I was like, yeah, we've been friends for a while, I knew her password, but I never thought anything of it, of to go on her phone and check who she snaps, because I did not think she would do that to me. But I was like, yeah, of course. So I went on her phone and I went to send all her streaks, and then her best friend list popped up of people on her best friend list, who she snaps the most. And number one was my boyfriend, and they had the yellow heart, which if you don't know, that means they snap each other the most, and they are both on each other's best friend list, number one. And I thought that was really weird. So I was like, okay, this is a little strange. So I looked in their chats because I wanted to see if I could get any info from their chats. And I saw saved in chat snaps of them together, literally cuddling together. Or he saved pretty snaps of her, he saved good snaps of him. So I clearly knew something was up, because there was also a picture of them kissing, and that's what really threw me off guard. So I wanted to see what would happen if I text him off her phone and him thinking it was me. And I was just like, hey, I'll call him Andrew. I was like, hey, Andrew, can we hang out tonight? I miss you, because I wanted to see if, my prediction is right, or if I'm, taking this too far. And he replied with, yeah, I really want to see you. So that night, I was supposed to see him, but he told me he had a family emergency. Little did I know, he wanted to hang out with her. So I was like, great, meet me, I'll come to your house. And he was like, all right, that's fine. So I took her phone with me because I needed, evidence, proof of everything. I, knew her password, so I took her phone with me. And then when it was time to go see him, and at this point, he thought that I was her. So I go to his house, and he sees me and not her. And I was literally just screaming at him, how can you do this? And, my best friend, all this thing. So I leave at this point. He's trying to, convince me that they didn't hook up or anything. But I had proof, and I showed him the proof. We started yelling at each other, so I left, obviously, clearly I left that. Broke up with him, and then I was like, what do I do, with my best friend? Our families are really close, I don't want to ruin anything. So I didn't do anything. We hung out the night after that, and I pretended everything was normal. And then I posted a TikTok of us, and it was you to my boyfriend and you're mad. Do you know, it's something like that. And everyone thought it was fake. I'll tell you right now, that TikTok was not fake. I meant everything I said in that TikTok. And then after I filmed that TikTok, she was like, do you know anything? Or are you saying that? And I was like, I know about you and Andrew. And she was apologizing. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. So this has happened more than once. This has happened, she said, she would say, a dozen times. So that's enough for me to beat her up. But I was our family and friends. So I was just all right, I just want an apology. And if this happens again, we're literally through, and I'm never speaking to you again. So we're good now, but me and my boyfriend are clearly done. I don't know if they still snap, and I clearly don't want to know. So yeah, that's a story time.
I live in a college dorm in an all-female floor. And I usually wear a bra whenever I go outside, so it's pretty normal. I wear a bra all the time. However, if I'm in my dorm and I want to go down the hallway, I'm not going to put on a bra just to go down the hallway, especially because this is an all-female floor. A few days ago, I walked out of my dorm and walked 10 yards, more so, down the hallway to fill my water bottle. For context, what I was wearing a white tank top. It wasn't see-through, but it was very tight. But it was, you know, like I said, it was a normal thing. It's an all-female floor. But I noticed that outside of a few rooms, there was a few groups of people hanging out, and I barely even looked at them. However, half an hour later, I get a knock on my door. So then one of the girls that was in that group, kind of knew her a little bit already. We weren't really friends at all. So she knocks on my door and she says something along the lines of, so sorry, like super fake. So sorry, but like next time you get out of your room, could you please put on a bra? Because my boyfriend's out there and he was staring a little bit. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Now, I'm not a super confrontational person, so I was caught off guard and I said, oh, of course, no problem. And so then every time I'd get out of the room, I'd put a bra on. And I thought that was the end. But it wasn't, because my roommate was in the bathroom and she overheard a conversation of that girl telling her friends that I was doing it on purpose, that I walked purposefully to seduce her boyfriend. Like, basically she was telling the story as if I had like the biggest crush on her boyfriend, who's not my type at all. But anyways, making it seem like I was trying to seduce him and that I was doing it on purpose. And she even mimicked the way, like, she said that I was posing next to the water fountain while I was refilling my water bottle. And so that night, when I went to brush my teeth, the girl was there. And I walked out of my room without wearing a bra. And when I walked past her and her friends, they pointed at me, at my chest, and they all started giggling. However, the last straw was when everybody got an email from RA saying that they had received anonymous complaints about some people dressing inappropriately. So here's where I get my petty revenge. This is all during the pandemic, and as everybody knows, we weren't allowed a lot of things. One of them was we weren't allowed to bring non-students, family members, whatever, into our dorms. She was one of the people that did this the most, so what did I do? I used the same anonymous complaint form to issue a complaint about people bringing their off-campus boyfriends, especially the ones that weren't wearing a mask, since they were mandatory at the time. The RA emails us again and tells us this time that due to anonymous complaints, there would be no guests allowed at all. No, but in all reality, I think this girl should be thanking me, because if she's worried that her boyfriend is looking at someone else's, then she probably needs to get a new one.